More than 16 million Americans fought in World War II. According to the Department of Veterans Affairs, only about 119,000 are still alive, less than 1%. Organizers say this is the last time, this is the last major milestone where we are going to have people who fought on the beaches remembering and telling us what it is like. Congressman Michael Waltz, the first Green Beret in Congress, will be jumping out of one of the planes that flew on D-Day. He joins us from France right now. You think about 80 years ago this minute, the paratroopers were starting to suit up. They were starting to have meals. They were starting their last meal before they headed out. They were starting to get ready for what would become, I think, one of the great moments in American history.
Yeah, that's right, Leland. And also, General Eisenhower wrote an apology letter to the American people and to the world for the potential failure of D-Day. That many thought those brave men would be thrown back in the ocean by the vaunted German defenses. But we're here to honor with 10 other members of Congress, veterans, bipartisan, those that jumped in the night before behind enemy lines. Many took heavy casualties, but we're gonna jump out of the original World War II C-47 over St. Mary Glease and over Mont Saint Michel to honor them. Leland, as you mentioned, the youngest that we know of here, actual veteran, is 96. The oldest is 107, and several have died just since they've signed up. So we have to keep their story alive. We have to pass that legacy on. And we have to always remember that we are going to face evil in this world and fight authoritarianism, and we can come together as Americans to do just that.
Yeah, we're talking a lot this morning about the message 80 years later that once again, authoritarianism, if you want to call it that, is on the rise in Europe. You've got Vladimir Putin with some of the very same ambitions that Adolf Hitler had. Congressman, we watched the video. We're glad to know that it is old uniforms. You'll be wearing vintage uniforms, a vintage airplane, but new parachutes. I'm sure is reassuring to your wife as well. But
I promised, and Leon, I promised the speaker, since we only have a one-seat majority, I promised the speaker that all the chutes were.
To be very careful? Okay, good. Good. Well, look, these are important things. I want to get you on this, though, and I think it's interesting because of America's role in the world. And I've had the privilege of spending a little bit of time where you are in Normandy. It is a magical place. It's a sacred place in so many different ways. But there was a feeling when I was there among locals in Normandy always who had lived under Nazi rule and had been freed by the Allies of American exceptionalism. And they would come up and they would thank you and they would talk about the GIs who came through. And I'm wondering if now that our veterans are starting to pass away, if that feeling, because the folks who lived under Nazi rule in Normandy, those memories are fading too, if there's less appreciation, even in Normandy, for what can happen and what can happen so quickly and go so wrong.
I don't think so, Leland. The French in Normandy have done an amazing, wonderful job of keeping that appreciation alive. You'll see huge banners that say, "We love you, America. Thank you for our freedom. Thank you and welcome to our liberators." I saw little kids running around with T-shirts on with pictures of Ike and Patton and logos of the 82nd Airborne. I thought they were American kids. Turned out they were French kids. So the feeling here still is like D-Day happened 2 weeks ago, not 80 years ago. Every little village has its own museum, and everyone in that village can tell you what role they played in restoring not just their freedom, but in D-Day's role in restoring all of the world's freedom and defeating one of the worst and most atrocious dictatorships in Nazi Germany that ever walked this earth. It is very much alive, and that's really what's so special. Everyone should add Normandy to their bucket list, and I wish every high school graduating class in the United States could make a trip over here to feel that appreciation for freedom.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.